help yourself," said Harry. "But in, the Muggle world, people just stay putting photos." "Do they? What? They don't move at all?" Ron sounded amazed. "Weird." Harry said as Dumbledore sidled back into the picture on his card and gave him a small smile. Ron was more interested in eating the frogs than looking at the famous witches and wizards cards. But Harry couldn't keep his eyes off them. Soon he had not only Dumbledore and Morgana, but Hagrid of Whitcroft, Alberic Gronion, Cersei, Paracelsus, and Merlin. He finally tore his eyes away from the druidess Cleona, who was scratching her nose, to open a bag of Bertie Bott's every flavoured beans. "You want to be careful with those," Ron warned Harry. "When they say every flavour, they mean every flavour, You get all the ordinary ones like chocolate and peppermint and marmalade. But then you can get spinach and liver and tripe. George reckons he had a boggy flavored one once." Ron picked up a green bean, looked at it carefully, and bit into a corner. "Blah! See? Sprouts." They had a good time eating the every flavored beans. Harry got toast, coconut, baked bean, strawberry, curry, grass, coffee, sardine, and was even brave enough to nibble the end of a funny grey one Ron wouldn't touch, which turned out to be pepper. The countryside now flying past the window was becoming wider. The neat fields had gone. Now there were woods, twisting rivers, and dark green hills. There was a knock on the door of their compartment, and the round-faced boy Harry had passed on platform 9 3/4 came in. He looked tearful. "Sorry," he said, "but have you seen a toad at all?" When they shook their heads, he wailed, "I've lost him! He keeps getting away from me!" "He'll turn up," said Harry. "Yes," said the boy miserably. "Well, if you see him." He laughed. "Don't know why he's so bothered," said Ron. "If I brought a toad, I'd lose it as quick as I could. Mind you, I brought Scabbers, so I can't talk." The rat was still snoozing on Ron's lap. "He might have died and you wouldn't know the difference," said Ron in disgust. "I tried to turn him yellow yesterday to make him more interesting, but the spell didn't work. I'll show you. Look." He rummaged around his trunk and pulled out a very battered-looking wand. It was chipped in places and something white was glinting at the end. Unicorn hairs nearly poking out. Anyway, he had just raised his wand when the compartment door slid open again. The toadless boy was back, but this time he had a girl with him. She was already wearing her new Hogwarts robes. "Has anyone seen a toad? Neville's lost one," she said. She had a bossy sort of voice, lots of bushy brown hair, and rather large front teeth. "We've already told him we hadn't seen it," said Ron, but the girl wasn't listening. She was looking at the wand in his hand. "Oh, are you doing magic? Let's see it then." She sat down. Ron looked taken aback. All right." He cleared his throat. "Sunshine daisies, buttermellow, turn this stupid dead rat yellow." He waved his wand, but nothing happened. Scabbers stayed grey and fast asleep. "Are you sure it's a real spell?" said the girl. Well, it's not very good, is it? I've tried a few simple spells just for practice, and it's all worked for me. Nobody in my family's magic at all. It was ever such a surprise when I got my letter, but I was ever so pleased, of course. I mean, it's the very best school of witchcraft there is, I've heard. I've learned all our set books by heart, of course. I just hope it will be enough. I'm Hermione Granger. By the way, who are you? She said all this very fast. Harry looked around and was relieved to see by his stern face that he hadn't learned all the set books by heart either. I'm Ron Weasley, Ron muttered. Harry Potter, said Harry. Are you really? Said Hermione. I know all about you. Of course, I got a few extra books for background reading, and you're in modern magical history, and the rise and fall of the dark arts, and great wizarding events of the 20th century. Am I? Said Harry, feeling dazed. Goodness, didn't you know? I have found out everything I could if it was me, said Hermione. Do either of you know what house you'll be in? I've been asking around and I hope I'm in Gryffindor. It sounds by far the best. I hear Dumbledore himself was one. But I suppose Ravenclaw wouldn't be too bad. Anyway, we'd better go and look for Neville's toe. You two had better chance, you know. I expect we'll be there soon. And she laughed, taking the toeless boy with her. Whatever house I'm in, I hope she's not in it, said Ron. He threw his wand back into his trunk. Stupid spell. George gave it to me, but he knew it was a dud. What house are your brothers in? Asked Harry. Gryffindor, said Ron. Gloom seemed to be settling on him again. Mom and Dad were in it too. I don't know what they'll say if I'm not. I don't suppose Ravenclaw would be too bad. But imagine if they put me in Slytherin. That's a house, though. I mean, you know who was in? Yeah, said Ron. He flopped back into his seat, looking depressed. You know, I think the end of Scabbers' whiskers are a bit lighter, said Harry, trying to take Ron's mind off houses. So, what do your oldest brothers do now? They laughed anyway. Harry was wondering what a wizard did once he'd finished school. Charlie's in Romania studying dragons, and Bill's in Africa doing something for Gringotts, said Ron. Do you hear about Gringotts? It's been all over the Daily Prophet. But I don't suppose you get that with the Muggles. Someone tried to rob a high-security vault. Harry stared. Really? What happened to them? Nothing. That's why it's such a big news. They haven't been caught. My dad says it must be a powerful dark wizard to get around Gringotts. But they don't think they took anything, that's what's odd. Of course, everyone gets scared when something like this happens in case you know who's behind it. Harry turned this news over in his mind. He was starting to get a prickle of fear every time you know who was mentioned. He supposed this was all part of entering the magical world. But it had been a lot more comfortable seeing Voldemort without a Wolverine. What's your Quidditch team? Ron asked. I don't know any, Harry confessed.